Hey guys, what's up? It is Flashwing, and I am back. Finally, I'm having to really do things super basic today, but I have a topic that I want to talk to you guys about, and today we're going to be talking about failure. So interestingly enough, the topic of failure and aspects of failure when it comes to personal goals has basically occupied the last 2 weeks of my time. So you're going to notice the format is just a slightly different today. I'm really going to try and do this all in one take because I have had so many different problems with cameras and batteries and microphones and all sorts of other stuff that it has been really difficult to try and put something dynamic together. And so just to eliminate all of the possibilities of there being problems, we're just going to be doing this straight out. So I'm going to do my best to give you guys a quick, concise, and informative video today and do it without any breaks. Which means you're also going to see me switching hands because I'm not even going to I'm not even going to chance a tripod with this video. I want to talk about failure because the topic has come up in a few different areas within my own personal life within the past couple of weeks, and because it's something that I know that we all struggle with. So, some of the things that have been going on over the past couple of weeks. Hi, buddy. So obviously I took a few days off because I was having a lot of problems producing content, getting things out in a timely fashion, and it was really just best if I just took a few day hiatus to kind of get things back on track. There are a lot of vloggers out there that have the benefit of doing YouTube full time. I am most definitely not one of those guys. I still have a day job, and the nature of my job and the hours that I work make it really, really difficult to film during the days that I actually do work. So got behind, and of course the days that I am available to video and to shoot content, I still only have sort of like limited opportunities to use the camera to shoot something, especially when we start talking about doing things on the bike. And it seemed like every time I got on the bike to talk about something or to take a video of something that's going on, I had one day I left and got to my destination and realized that my batteries were dead on the GoPro. Another day I had left and didn't start shooting right away, only to get to my destination and realize that I had forgotten my SD card. I had a problem another day with the video randomly cutting out shortly right after I started videoing. So, and then like another day I shot a video, I got all the way through the entire vlog only to go to edit it and realize that because of the positioning of the microphone, the audio was completely blown out because all you got was a ton of wind noise. So it's like failure after failure after failure after failure after failure, and that leads me to where we're at right now. So the reason why this topic is really important is because of two things. Number one, it's an illustration of the difficulties that go into creating content on YouTube. When you only see the successes of content creation when it comes to YouTube, and even those successes in and of themselves may be failures, but ultimately they're a success on some level. But what you don't see typically are all the difficulties that happen in the background. You don't see the times that the camera didn't work. You don't see the audio failures. You don't see the broken equipment or anything that would ultimately cause a delay or complete scrapping of that particular piece of content. You just don't see it. And I think that as someone who is a consumer of YouTube content, and I mean I am too, I've got vloggers that I watch, sometimes we can be a little overly critical and very quick to judge when we see something that isn't quite of high quality or isn't very entertaining or isn't very informative, not realizing that these videos take a tremendous amount of time to create, a tremendous amount of time to edit, to render, to market, to promote. I mean, it's a it's a huge undertaking. And hi, and whoa, what was that? Bubba's being particularly difficult for the past couple of weeks too. So very simply, there's a lot of stuff that you guys don't see, and that's perfectly fine. It's one of those cases where sometimes you don't really want to know how the sausage is made. But I want you to understand, those of you who do create content, I certainly feel your pain in this circumstance. It has been a couple of weeks of really, really difficult challenges just from a creation standpoint. But two, the other aspect about this that I think is really important is it really is all about attitude. And if you guys are not subscribed to Devin Supertramp, it's the timing of these videos is really fantastic sometimes, how things kind of come together. And Devin had a video this past week where he was in Australia shooting on location, and it was raining on days that he really needs sun, and he was tired, he's sick, but he still manages to keep himself composed and produce a product that ultimately his client wanted. And it really is, and he mentioned this, it really is about attitude. Attitude towards failure is incredibly important because it really does define whether or not that failure actually can be turned into a success. And that's really what it's all about. It's about learning. It's about growing. It's about becoming better. And, nobody likes to fail. Nobody likes to, fail in a marriage, fail in a personal relationship, fail at a job, fail at creating something, fail at artistic expression. No one likes to do any kind of activity that results in a failure. But I feel like more often than not, we tend to lose the opportunities that are presented to us when it comes to failing, because ultimately all success, no matter how big or small, all success is typically created as a result of multiple failures. Very rarely do we have the opportunity to do something right the first time, every time, and it be perfect. It usually comes in the form of multiple failures and trying again and trying something new. And just about every aspect of life is like this. And, you can find all sorts of success with a mountain of failures behind it in business, in personal lives, in relationships. And I feel like it's so important to use these moments as learning opportunities, because if you don't, you're really missing out on an opportunity to grow and become better as a person, or better as a professional, or better as a friend, or better as a partner. And I just think it's really important to emphasize that, because we all experience failure. It's kind of one of those universal experiences that, we all know what it's like to try something, to really put your heart and soul into an activity, a hobby, a job, a person, and to fail at it. And it doesn't feel good, and we don't advertise it. No one runs around going, "Hey, I failed in my marriage," or "Hey, I failed at my job and got fired." We tend to hide those. And as a consequence of that, people only tend to see our successes, and they don't necessarily see the struggling that happens behind it. And the reason why I feel like that aspect is really key is because we sometimes have at least I do, have a tendency to look at individuals, or whether on a personal or professional level, and sometimes forget that what they do is not easy. And because you only see their successes, and because the sort of the joke is that the professionals make it look easy, but you don't see the time and dedication and training and sacrifice that goes into really learning a craft, or honing a skill, or just simply becoming a better, more experienced person. And so all of the troubles that I've had over the past couple of weeks have really reminded me that even though they were setbacks, and even though I feel like I let many of you down because I made a commitment to putting out these videos on a regular basis, it's a growing opportunity. And thank you very much again for all of you guys who have subscribed to my channel, whether you've been here since the beginning or you just got here yesterday. I'm incredibly appreciative. You guys are very supportive and very positive, and that does mean a tremendous amount to me. And I just wanted to get this video out to you guys today in its current format because I owe you that. Because you guys have given me your time and dedication, and I certainly don't want to let you guys down. So we're going to cut this short. Thank you very much for your time today. Just a little nugget for thought about failure. We all experience it, but we want to learn and grow from it. Let's get this thing started again. I'm going to hit the ground running tomorrow with another video. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you out there.